Focus at this hour is India's fight back against COVID-19 and the vaccination drive. There is an alarm amidst, not just in India in fact, across the globe amidst health experts about the Delta variant and whether or not the vaccines that we have available currently work against this particular variant. At least 2 studies have now been conducted in the country which give us a ray of hope that yes, these vaccines do shield you to a certain extent as far as COVID-19 infection is concerned, especially as far as hospitalization due to the virus is concerned. Joining me on this broadcast is Neeraj Gupta, who is a health expert. Also with us, Rajiv Dasgupta, who is an epidemiologist and a member of the National Task Force. Both gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on this broadcast. Mr. Dasgupta, I would like to begin with you. There are at least 2 studies that have now been conducted, one by PGMIR in Chandigarh and the other from an institute in Vellore, both of which go on to say that at least 70% cover can be provided if you are fully vaccinated against COVID-19. This should end for now at least the hesitancy that we are seeing around the country.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. It should lay hesitancy at rest. However, it shouldn't be really confused that this is the only reason for hesitancy. There are a number of reasons for hesitancy which are being addressed, and the best efforts are being made by central and state governments. And what also exists with hesitancy is an inequity, as several well-researched reports have brought out that there are inequities among rural and urban institutions in terms of access to supply of vaccines, and certainly between public and private providers in several cities and contexts. So hesitancy should therefore be seen along with inequity. But as far as the protection from vaccine is concerned, this should certainly be a confidence booster.
Right. Now, Mr. Neeraj Gupta, there is a scare amongst people, not just here in India, but even among health experts abroad, because the Delta variant is now wreaking havoc around the globe. It has overtaken the other strains of the virus in several countries across the globe. At such a time when we are seeing these new mutant strains, how efficient are our vaccines? That is a question that is there on everybody's mind.
Yeah, thank you, Poonam, first of all, for having me on this platform. I think I absolutely agree with you in terms of the havoc this new Delta variant is creating around the world, right from various countries like US to Europe and to India. In fact, most of them have seen the havoc it has created in the Indian country in the last second wave, and that makes them worry that how much this virus is so severe, and the strain which is B16172. It's something which is very serious to be seen. Unfortunately, we do not still have any much studies, like including the one which is recently published by CMC Vellore, which is a great study to give a confidence booster in terms of how effective these vaccines are over these virus. But it has not been able to sequence those samples or even classify using a classifier panel such that we can know that these patients who were infected during this study were having the Delta variant or not. But what gives a ray of hope is that these were healthcare workers, so they were probably crowded with a lot of patients across the different strains that were coming into the hospital setups, and they would have been exposed to a lot of these different variants and mutations that are floating in the market in India. So we can really be more confident on the virtue of it, that it is very much effective against those strains, as also published by ICMR and IV reports, wherein they have seen that this efficacy of the performance of this Covaxin has been very effective against the Delta strain, and so has the AstraZeneca done some studies on that as well. We have seen some studies in terms of Pfizer has not been very confident about this Delta strain, and that makes worry some countries like Europe and the US, where the Pfizer vaccine has been very religiously followed and advocated. So that's definitely a point of concern, and we need to study a lot more about the epidemiological studies in terms of how these viruses are behaving among the patient groups who are already vaccinated with single and double dose. And we need to have some solutions other than just the genome sequencing, probably, which can be more fast throughput and effective against to classify these samples.
Right. Right now, Mr. Rajiv Gupta, these two studies that do give us a sense of hope as far as the new variant and the vaccines are concerned. But there are also several other studies which have also indicated that at least having 2 doses would, yes, give you that particular cover that is required to fend off COVID-19. But 1 dose may not be as effective as we had initially thought, which is why there might have to be a relook in reducing the gap between the first and the second dose, especially as far as Covishield is concerned.
Well, that's in a sense true, and therefore the very recent statement that comes from the expert group just a few days back, who reviewed the evidence, they were of the view that India, and this is based on the genomic surveillance data, that the Delta variant has quite literally swept across India, and most states have experienced it, recovering from it. Some states have certainly come out of it, and therefore this expert group did not feel that there's an urgency or an immediate need to revise the schedule. That's one view. The other view, which is possibly, both are equally pragmatic. The other view, therefore, comes from the joint statement released by the Indian Public Health Association and the Indian Association for Preventive and Social Medicine, which on this issue calls for evidence-based flexibility in the schedules in accordance with the spread of the Delta variant across districts and states, which essentially means, or where it would slightly differ from the previous one that I said, is that not necessarily have a One India plan, but to be flexible in having somewhat different plans for states and districts based on the genomic surveillance and, of course, the clinical evidence of what the variants are and how they're affecting. So that could be the way in the future that different states and different districts actually modify their schedules or be nimble-footed enough to modify their schedules given the emerging evidence. That could certainly be considered as a possibility by the expert groups, particularly the National Technical Advisory Group on Immunization.
Right. Right, like you were mentioning, Mr. Dasgupta, that for now the expert group has decided that the gap that we currently are on, which is 12 to 16 weeks, is fine and that does not need to be revised. But there are several who've come out with this criticism that this gap was only increased because there aren't enough vaccines in the country and it may not necessarily be based on sound scientific advice.
No, that's not true, because the interval between the 2 doses, and we are here only talking of the AstraZeneca vaccine, which is Covishield in India, but this vaccine is used very widely across the world, and in India certainly it comprises of 85 to 90% of the vaccines being administered, so it is the workhorse in India. So for the AstraZeneca vaccine, several countries modified this schedule, including in Europe. What certainly caused some difference in opinion, but that's based on a different kind of evidence, is that the Delta variant started spreading through the UK, and therefore UK sort of re-revised this and reduced the interval again after increasing the interval. However, as we just discussed, that the Indian experts have certainly reviewed this in the last few days, and they took a decision based on India's epidemiological situation, and that's how I think we need to understand this. As far as supplies go, yes, there's a deficit in supplies all across the world. Many countries are coping with it in somewhat different ways, and that's part of the story, but this is not correct that it's not based on scientific evidence.
Right. Right now, Mr. Neeraj Gupta, where do you stand on that? Yes, these vaccines are efficient enough. Now we have two Indian studies as well that go on to show that at least over 70% protection from hospitalization would be provided if you are fully vaccinated. But the debate over whether or not this gap should be reduced or not continues to rage in the country.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I would definitely go with the strategy of because we have seen from these two studies which are based on the Indian population sets is that the differentiation between the effectiveness of the reinfection for virus is very minimal between one people who have got 2 doses, which was a large pool of 7,000 patient groups, and then healthcare workers, and then about 1,800 odd people who got single doses. And the percentages of people who got the reinfection was very small difference, like between just 70 and 75, 77 to be precise. So that really shows that it has been really effective. And the most important aspect was that the need for hospitalization and the need for oxygen in ICUs were very minimal in both the cases who got single dose and the second dose versus the individual groups which did not receive any dosages. So that clearly shows that even one dose effectiveness was very high for limiting these kind of complicated situations for the virus effectiveness. So what I would recommend and suggest as a kind of from my understanding is that we have seen certain examples where people who got single doses were very, very minimal in general have been having mortalities, but they were predominantly because of the different comorbidities that they were having in them. So in such cases, if we can have a flexibility to have a second dose capability to those patient groups which are having high vulnerability with the comorbidities of severe nature, that can give us a complete protection to those specific groups where single dose may not be effective enough. And in general, to cover the largest set of populations, we can have a standard a single dosage for a 3 months duration, just like in Italy. We have been following this regime from 12 weeks regime from a long time now, and it has been very effective, and they have also been a severe victim of the coronavirus throughout these 1.5 years. So I would recommend that we should have a combination of both the strategies and not just one set of the
Right, that debate rages on. It's also up to the government to decide whether or not this policy needs to be revised. But one thing is for sure, that every Indian must get out there and get themselves vaccinated, because this is the only shield that we have against an unknown enemy, against a virus that mutates every now and then and gets more deadlier with every mutation. The only way we can protect ourselves and our families is by ensuring that we are vaccinated. That is a general consensus, and there is no debate about that, at least for the moment. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast with your insights. A quick break here on this edition. Back in just 2 minutes.